Well, I write you squares.
Yeah.
5 just fun.
Put my watch on and shit.
What the hell of a
All black with a
combination,
little
man?
bit of gold.
Cheers and cocaine.
Yeah.
Some legendary shit, man. Spit out.
It's crazy all the shit that I done in California.
What's up, everybody? This is Tony Awdball here with An Awd Conversation. You already know I don't have an intro, so I decided to skip all that right there. But, today we have a good IE guest inside the household and whatnot. Please introduce yourself.
Urban Legend Will Evans, y'all know what it is, man. Good to meet you. I'm glad to be here.
No worries, man. And I'm pretty sure, whoever's watching, they probably, first heard of you from, Tik Tok or whatnot.
Yeah, that's a big one nowadays. I get that a lot.
Down.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, that, you do a lot of, IE skits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think that's, pretty dope,
Thank you, bro. I did it. I started the skits initially in, I want to say, end of January, but around third week of January. And I'll be talking to my manager, Maurice, and we will be talking this is 2020. Man, what can we do? We need to be able to put out content every single day. And I didn't want to just do a bunch of freestyles because I'm I don't want to give, the music on the music with the albums and stuff. I don't want to just give out free music a bunch. And so he was like, have you ever heard of Tik Tok? No, what's that? And this is January at the top of this year. And
oh, damn. Okay.
yeah, I was like, I don't, what is that? And he was like, yeah, it's kids dance on there. And it's a new social media. It's kind of like Vine. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't dance, man. We got to think of something else.
I mean, you only two-step for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so, yeah, he said, well, go on and check it out. At least download it and get on there. So I did. And, I was just trying to figure it out throughout January. And one day I just did a skit. And I was like, man, I can do this. This is just showing personality. I can do skits. That's pretty fun. I did a couple of them, man, about 10 skits in. One of them went viral. And then I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to work. I can do this every single day. It's easy for me.
Oh, especially if your surroundings, your land that you're in and stuff, dude. It's so easy to just be all right, Riverside people be doing this shit.
Yeah, see, those didn't even come until later on. I want to say in February, late February, about after a month of using TikTok, I actually started doing the IE skits. And I was looking man, nobody ever does anything for the IE. There's no representation of it. And I told my manager, I said, man, I want to do these skits on the IE. And the plan was that when people think about the IE, whether it's for music or anything else, they'll see my face instantly when you say the IE in their head. So it was a marketing scheme. And I was like, I'm going to do these IE skits. And then, hopefully that will work out to where people, when they think Inland Empire, they go, oh, yeah, I know the guy that does the skits for that. That was the plan from the beginning. And it just took off, man. It worked.
No, that's how. Yeah, that's smart because I remember Triz when he had his hoodies, he was making these inland hoodies. But the thing was though that he put only 6 cities on the back, and then so when he put it up on Twitter saying I'm gonna be dropping these soon, blah blah blah. Everybody went for his head. What's up with Moval? What's up with Colton?
Right. They do that to me with the skits too. They'll get in the comments, you forgot this city or that city.
But if you really think about it, it gets people really looking for the next one. Okay, let's see if we do it this time.
Exactly.
It's a good marketing scheme there.
And it was something also just to offer value to the audience. I didn't want to just have a product that I'm asking you to support me and you're not really feeling like you're getting nothing in return. What separates me, from anybody else that's asking? Anybody can have a clothing line. We all have them. We all do music. We all rap well. So it was always feeling like I was asking the audience for something. I wanted to give the audience some value too. So I was like, I got to do something that gives them value and makes people want to follow me. Yeah. And the skits were that. I was like, well, if I make them laugh, maybe they'll stay around for something else.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I feel you on that. I always use the analogy and stuff with inland stuff where everyone loves In-N-Out burgers and all that. But out here, we have bakers. That's our In-N-Out. Not the same taste quality, but it's something special for us.
It's special, yeah, yeah. You want that, and it makes people feel like it's an insider. It's when you're doing stuff specifically for your area, it's an insider for people, and it makes people support you more because they feel like you're theirs.
Oh yeah, hands down. But man, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think the first video I seen, and it's actually became it's still my favorite one, was when it was like, oh yeah, what's up, homie? I'm from Fontana. It's like, man, shut up, you're from the north side of Fontana.
Oh
Get
yeah,
that
yeah,
right.
yeah. That was a big one.
Yes,
that was a big
because
one.
I grew up in Fontana.
Gotcha.
So like that's why when I was hearing that, I was like, wow, that's funny.
Yeah.
And they're like, you damn near ran to Cucamonga. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like these, like it's like the small things that really stick out like a sore thumb, and it's like, dude, like I can't like get that out of my head no more. You know what I mean?
Man. That was one of my favorite ones. That one did pretty well numbers wise too. Everybody was talking about that one. Yeah, man, it just goes back to those insiders. It's like you have to be from there to know what that means. You know, when you from Riverside, I'm from Riverside. No, you from Canyon Crest. Like it's a difference, you know.
Yes.
And you have to be from here, from the Inland Empire, this area to kind of, you know.
Yeah, and like this seems to be like a common topic whenever like I have someone from the inland over here, because it's like we have a lot of hidden gems out here, but it gets overlooked a lot because we're like the neighboring city to LA and
we
Orange
little
County.
brother.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean, like some people will kind of like translate it as like, oh, that's like the little brother that like your mom tells you have to bring around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's like, man,
you
like,
can't go unless you bring your brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time though, is that like, you know, like we're like the cool little brother though that like, oh man, stop being so harsh on him, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
he's cool. You know what I mean?
With a little brother that want to fight back.
Yeah,
Like we want to have a say so now, and that's what it is, man. That's always been the nature of between LA and IE. But you know, we all know like a lot of people in the IE, our families migrated from LA decades ago, and you know, so it's love. There is just brotherly competition, I guess.
Yeah, I would have to say that. You know what I mean, like I think it's kind of a normal thing too, because you have like out there in New York with the boroughs and all that.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like, man, I ain't from the Bronx or I ain't from Brooklyn. And it's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, we Americans, man. We like to see shit fighting. You know what I mean? Like we like competition. That's in our DNA as Americans. So
yeah,
it's
I
just
mean,
part
like
of it, you know?
absolutely everything that you do, like whatever like beliefs that you have in, and like there's always gonna be some kind of segregation.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the reality of it.
One group creates the other. You know? Yeah.
Exactly, man. But what were you born and raised in Marina Valley?
I was born in Santa Ana. I moved to Marina Valley when I was 2 years old. We moved in 96, I believe.
Oh, okay.
96, 97. I was about to be 3 years old. And we had been in Moreno Valley ever since. When it started getting bad in Moreno Valley, my parents moved us out for like 2 or 3 years to Apple Valley. And then my parents started going through a separation. And then we ended up moving back to Moreno Valley and back in Moreno Valley ever since then.
Like moved back with mom or your dad?
They were, I guess you could say both. It was really grandma. But they were in and out, like they were divorced or they were going through a separation. They weren't fully divorced yet. So they were kind of back and forth, and like it would be all of us in the house. If you grew up in Moreno Valley, you kind of know how that is. Like grandma, mom, dad, everybody's in one house, the whole family, you know. So yeah, it would be really grandma was the only constant. But mom and dad, like one would get in an argument, they get in an argument, one will move, they come back, okay, they're back together. And that went on for a few years.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think that's just the kind of normalcy, like because I look white, but I'm Mexican, so yeah, like I understand the households like completely. Like you have like, all right, we have like 4 or 5 people in this small ass room right here. Then we have like 2 relatives on the living room.
Yep,
you know, we have that's exactly how
somebody
it is.
get in trouble, they got to come stay with us for a while, or you know, someone, this person lost their house, they got to live with us for 2 months till they get back on their feet. It was just like that. So, you know, it was really grandma was the constant. Mom and dad, they would go through what they were going through, and cousins would be. Our house was, because it's grandma's house, really. You know, all our cousins would just be over there every weekend. It was like the family. We had a pool. So,
Damn, you guys had a pool?
Yeah, we had a pool.
Lucky you assholes.
Yeah, man.
I'm all butter over here. Sorry about that.
My grandma was serious about that. She just having a family together. She always was like, we have to have a pool. So she made sure every time she moved, she found a house with a pool.
Man, well, I mean, aside from like households and stuff, man, like how was it growing up in Marina Valley? Because I hear stories back like from middle school about like how active it could be. There's some people that are like, oh, it's very nice. So it's like it's always mixed reviews every time I've been there.
I describe Moreno Valley because you're gonna get that. It's gonna be mixed depending on where you live. There's like Moreno Valley is built almost in a circle, and the closer you get to the core of that circle, it's like the worse it gets, the more poor it gets. But if you live on the outskirts, then you're fine. So like on the outskirts, it would be like Sunny Meat Ranch, Merino Beach, like nicer areas, bigger houses, nicer areas. And then you start going inside and inside and inside, and it starts getting poorer, more crime, and it's just built that way. So if you lived on the outskirts of it, you're gonna have a different experience, different schools, you know, than somebody that lived on the inside of it. Like if you lived on Atwood and Indian, your experience is completely different than somebody that lived on you know, like in the Merino Beach, Sunny Me Ranch areas, you know, our houses on the lake and stuff like that. So, growing up in Marina Valley, it's one of those cities, I guess, like anywhere else. Like if you don't involve yourself in stuff, you can avoid a lot. If you even kind of not mind your business a little bit, then you'll be involved in something. So, a lot of the people, a lot of the bad things about it are environmental. I think it's just part of you know what
It's
happens
like-
when you go outside, and the good things about it as well. Like it's what you make it, I believe. You know.
Yeah, no, hands down. I mean, like I remember growing up in Fontana and playing like little league baseball and all that, and then it just happened to be like a lot of my friends from like baseball like ended up like into like the hoods over there.
Yeah.
And so like that's why like I didn't really get like messed with like so much because they're like, oh no, that's such and such tell me.
Yeah.
And then so like it kind of like got me out of like a lot more bullying than what it could have been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
Like
some benefits to it,
Oh,
but there was
hands
some
down.
nonsense that came with it, right?
exactly, you know, like and especially in Fontana, like in the spot I was at, like I always told people like the indoor swap meet was my backyard.
Yeah.
And then the Kaiser Hospital was my front yard.
Got you.
You know,
I know
so-
exactly where you are then.
So like walking home from school, it was active. It
You
was
might see
always-
anything, yeah.
It'd be the most entertaining and probably the highlight of my everyday after
Yeah.
school.
It's funny when you growing up there, like you don't realize until you move in any area, I guess that has poverty. Like you don't know that you're poor when you live in there. You know, you don't know that your friends are poor. You know, some people are more poor than others, but you don't realize like we're all poor living.
Yeah, straight up. You know?
know?
Like that's why because I looked white out there. So when some people would like say like, "Oh, you're rich and this and that," I'm like, "No, I'm not, dude. Like there's a reason why I live out here, man. Like
Yeah.
let's be real here. You know,
Yeah,
like
man.
your clothes are way nicer than mine. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm wearing the same shirt I wore like 2 days ago.
That's one thing I love about the IE is how diverse we have it too. You know, because it's not a lot of other areas. You go to LA, they don't understand how we all can just mix and be cool, and like they're so segregated out there from, you know, just racially, ethnicity wise, and it's different in the IE. Like we're all poor, we're all here.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like that in Merino Valley, like same thing. You know, it's not to speak on all the negative, but it's gangs there. It's everything that comes with poverty is crime. But you know, like I said, you can make the most of it. If I can make it out of there, anybody could, I feel, you know?
Oh yeah, hands down. And I think that's like the goal for a lot of people like in those environments.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, well, you know, like the goal is to get out the hood.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But like don't forget the hood, but you know, I want to get out of the hood.
Well, I think the goal is to get out and move and find a better life. And they'll love you. They'll like home is home. Home is always going to be home, you know? But I think a wise man will change. So the best thing sometimes is to move on and go about your life. But home is always going to be home, you know? The people that are successful from where we come from a lot of times have moved, you know? And they moved to find success. And there's nothing wrong with my mom used to always just preach to us that you know, she just didn't want us to be neighborhood kids. She wanted us to know that there was a world outside of the block that we lived on in Merino Valley, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's important. I think the best gift that my parents gave us growing up there, and gave me specifically, I would say, is they took us on small vacations that they could afford. Like, couldn't afford much, but they would put us in the car and drive us to the Grand Canyon, you know, 4-hour trip, and just fill the gas tank up. They would take us to Vegas and certain places, like, just so we could see that there's a world outside of Merino Valley. And my friends didn't get that, you know? So, and a lot of times looking back, like I look at my friends that I grew up with and it's like, dang, you guys had a worse life long run than I did, you know, and I had a bad one too. But
Yeah.
it's like those guys, some of them guys are doing life, some of them is dead. So, you know, I think the difference that I had between them and myself was my parents actually let us see that there was a world outside of where we come from.
Yeah.
That helped, you know?
Like, you know, it's just like showing like, hey, there's a lot more than life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't think that this is what it is. Like, no,
It's
you make
hard
what
not
you
to.
want.
You know, a lot of people, they don't, especially in those environments, if you've never seen certain things, then if you only seen certain things on TV, like nice cars are only on TV, you know, you can go through, I tell people, like, you go through Merino Valley in a Mazda, a nice brand new Mazda, and it looks like a Ferrari to some of them kids, you know? Just because it's a new car, they don't see that every single day. So, yeah, I think that's important, just being able to see that there's a world outside of where you come from. And I think those kids, if you can give your kids a gift as a parent in those environments, that's the best thing I think you can give them is experience.
Yeah, hands down, man. And like, honestly, like doing like my research and stuff, because like I try to stay away from like the TikTok like questions that I'm pretty sure everyone will probably say from this point on. But like the thing is though is that like like listening to your music, but then also like reading like your I guess like your bio. You know what I mean? Like just like stuff that you've encountered and stuff, and like you compare that to the music that you have. Yeah. It's like okay, like you're more uplifting than what it is. You know what I mean? Like yes, you have like kind of like those like a Nipsey type of energy to it, where it's like, hey, do better for yourself. Yeah. And a lot of these different songs and what's it called? But like if I can like speak on something that was like a little like conflicting in your life, if you feel comfortable with it, that's cool.
Nothing,
I mean,
nothing's off limits. We can talk about anything.
Yeah, man. But like the the incarceration and everything, man. Like was that like like something that like definitely like okay, like after you're out, I'm staying out. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah. When I got locked up, I went into jail. I have 2 strikes now, or I did. And my record is expunged now. But
hey, there we go. Salute to that.
I was a baby, man. I was 18 years old. I just graduated high school 5 months prior. I went for a year, and it was just being there, spending my birthday. I spent my 19th birthday. I'm getting old because I got to start thinking about this type of shit now.
Trust me, I'm old as well, dude. I feel you.
But yeah, man, I spent my 19th birthday in jail, and I would watch people just come in 300 years, and this person got 20 years. Oh, that person got 39 years, and you have bunkies, and you talk to them, and older guys, and they'd be like, man, you smart, man. You don't have to be here. You could do so much better than this. You have those conversations, and you start looking around like, man, is this what I want to do 30 years from now? Is this where I want to be 100 years from now when I'm 75? Do I still want to? Because that's what life is. When you get life, that's what it means. Mm-hmm. So I actually started writing music in jail for my first time, really. And I was like, this is going to be what I'm going to do. Because I knew music had no requirements. It didn't matter that I had a record. It didn't matter. Nothing mattered is if you're good or if you're not good. That was my thought, at least at the time. And
I think that's how everyone's thought is when like they first like really start thinking about like writing lyrics, or even back like in the stoner days, like you smoke with the homies and then like you'll like, oh, let's freestyle over this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like everyone just thinks like, oh, dude, I could go for a little bit. Oh, I'm actually kind of okay. Like, we're gonna get rich.
Yeah. That's the same process. So I was like, man, I have to have something positive in my life. And I played sports in high school, so sports kind of kept me out of the streets as much as they could during the summer.
Like a lot of football?
Yeah, football, basketball. And I didn't have that when I graduated. So it was like music was something that kept me positive. I can do this and ignore it, as much as I could. I still went through a lot of street shit. I was transitioning, so it wasn't like I was completely out of the street yet, but I was trying to be. Yeah. Or I had the thought, at least, that I want to be. Before that, I had no thought, like, this is what I'm doing. I'm in the street. Mm-hmm. And when I got home from jail, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to do something different, and bumped my head for probably about 2 more years. Mm-hmm. Then I got shot. Then it was probably a year after I got shot. I was like, okay, I'm done for real.
I would say he said it so calm and collected. It's like, oh yeah, then I got shot and everything is like, it's like
everybody like that's,
everyone has different reactions, know. But like it's just
not uncommon. Like where we come from, I don't. Most of my friends have been shot, so it's not. I don't think, I probably can have on one hand how many friends haven't been shot. So it's not really a uncommon thing. It's more like if you patched up, you heal up, then you all right, you all right. It's like falling and breaking a bone. It's like, hey, you got shot? Okay, you okay? You okay then? So it's not as like touchy.
Do you remember like what was running through your head when everything was unfolding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, man, I'm trying to. I wasn't thinking about being hurt. It wasn't like a fear thing. Mm-hmm. It was like I'm trying to hurt you. Yeah. So that was the only, at the time, that was the only thought. I think in those situations, if you panic or if you get scared, then that's when you go into shock. Your heart start beating faster. It's other things that can happen. It wasn't really a fear thing. It was more anger than fear at the time.
Oh man, yeah. But then you said that was like the last straw for you. You're like, you know what? Like I'm cool with all this.
Yeah, it wasn't. Venture off. After that, after I got shot, I was a little bit worse because I was like, okay, I've been victimized at this point, and my uncle had got killed in front of me when I got shot, so I was a little bit more like okay, now I'm going back to how I was. But it took about a year, a lot of prayer from my family, a lot of talking off the cliff. My grandmother's praying, and what really my son had when I got shot, my son was 11 months old. So he had turned 1 the next month. I couldn't even do anything. I was all patched up and could barely walk and all this stuff. And then what really changed, my grandmother, she was like, I want you guys to leave that alone, you know? And so you still kind of have those feelings, but her saying that, and also I think God keeps me blessed, man, like to kind of keep my mind off of that type of shit. Like, cause it's hard to do it when it's hard to think that way when you have so many blessings. It's like you will be throwing so much away. You know what I mean? You're throwing so much away to chase revenge. And it's like, I also think of it now, like, man, how would it feel if I tried to kill somebody, or if I, whatever, and they get famous? That must suck. You got to see them all the time. 50 Cent posted me on his page. Different celebrities posted me on their page. Radio stations are posting me. It's like, man, you can't avoid this guy. And I think I used to want revenge, but I think that's better. I mean, it's like revenge every single day.
Exactly.
You guys got to live with that.
Oh man, hands down. You know what I mean? Shit, Manny, man.
Did I make it? Did I take it too? Did I get too dark?
No. You're good, man. No, just because like in retrospect, if you really think about it, when people, like at least with a lot of interviews, when people like mention like, oh, like I heard about your situation there and this and that, like it's always been like just like, oh yeah, that was that, and just kept it moving. But like you actually like had like as dark as it was, it's like no, like but I'm being optimistic about everything right now.
I look at it like, what's the alternative? Like either you're gonna be positive or you have the opportunity to throw your life away, and you have to decide if that's worth it. But I tell people, if you're going through a similar situation, or if you've been through a similar situation, you have to keep living. And life will show you that it's more to, your story than that one situation, that one chapter. So imagine if I didn't, stay positive. This is years before anything started working as far as social media, music, any of that. So, yeah, man, I look back like, damn, man, imagine I threw my life away. I'd be sitting in jail right now, and none of this would ever happen. So, you never know. Yeah. You gotta stay positive. You gotta keep your mind in the right place, whatever that takes. If you pray. If you're not religious or spiritual, then you gotta find something to believe in outside of yourself, or something to chase outside of yourself. Then sit in those thoughts.
Like, in a twisted way, it's like one of those things where like, there's a reason why I had to go through this.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
Detour, what was that one thing that we mentioned a while back about like someone that gets shot up next to your job before you clocked in? Oh, yeah. What was that? What was that? What was it called again? Divine intervention. Absolutely. And like I just think that like we all like encounter those type of situations, because it's like, all right, this is like some kind of a like checkpoint, like in a video game.
Yeah.
And like this is the way that the story's supposed to go.
That's how it's supposed to go. I knew I would be shot before. When I was about 18, I told my grandmother, I said, I had a dream. I keep having this dream that I get shot. And she was like, it won't be you. I was like, I think it will, Grandma, but I think I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna live. And when I got shot, she came to the hospital. I was like, you remember I told you? And she,
you owe me $5. Yeah. You owe me $5, Grandma.
So, yeah, man, it is divine intervention. I spoke about that on the album, too. Like, when it's your time, it's on a song called Matter of Time. And it's like, when it's your time for stuff, it's your time. Like, you might think you're ready for something, but, God has his own time. It's divine intervention, man. Like, when it's time for you to be the one, then you'll have your opportunity. But everything happens in its time. And,
yeah. Well, I mean, like, look where you're at right now, man. You have a big, like, you have a good following right now. Yeah, let alone like the music they've been putting out, like you have like singles after single after single, let alone like a couple of projects that you've had out, and like let alone like you have only one son.
Yeah, thank God, man. That's got one son.
Man, pull out king.
Yeah, man.
Nah, but the thing is though, is that like you have all these things that's like, okay, like this is like something that's actually like bettering myself.
Yeah.
So it's like, might as well just take the little flame I got and just like make it like a torch out of it.
And it's a lot to live for, man. And I'm like real. I tell my guy, like I tell Maurice, like, man, it's not even hitting me the way it's hitting everybody. Everybody else is like, you see what you're doing? I'm like, yeah, what's next? It doesn't feel, I don't know. I guess sometimes I get the gravity of it, like when I go in public, and I'll go in a store and everybody's like, oh my God, can I take a picture? I'll follow you on this or I'll follow you that. Sometimes it'll be like, wow, like this is crazy. I can't go anywhere, you know? But outside of that, it's kind of like, I don't know. I guess my head is just down. I'm working. So it doesn't really, I haven't really looked up to smell the flowers yet, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I'm telling you right now, like, but listen to your music that you had out, whether it was like Blackout 1994.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like these are like good references, because like you can also compare that to like even the stuff that you put out on social media.
Yeah.
And then like people can like see the authenticity and actually like being like, no, but this is him though. Like you could put two and two together and understand, like this makes sense.
I think that's the best. I think that's probably why it's connecting with people. I'm just being myself. I'm not trying to protect the image, or I'm not trying to, you know, I don't have a corporation or a company behind me like, yo, make sure you say the right things. I'm just able to be myself and be free. And I think people relate to that and people connect with it. I get people say, you remind me of my brother. You remind me of my cousin a lot. So I think that's what it is, man. I think it's just being myself and not having to protect the image or a look. You know, I don't have to do anything for a look. And when you make that profitable or valuable to people, just being yourself, then it's like it's easy. You don't have to wake up and play a character every day. I feel sorry for the people that got to wake up and I have to be this person. I have to act this way. I can't be vulnerable. I can't be funny. I can't be anything except this one thing that people see. I don't want to be that way.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think that's like what everyone can actually like focus on too, is that like, oh, this guy is hilarious. But when you actually listen to like his music, it's like, you know, it's he actually is talking about some real shit.
Yeah.
You know, like doesn't matter about like, oh, it's not all about the same typical sound, or it's not like, oh, here's another person that's trying to rap now.
That's
you know
important.
what I mean?
Like, I didn't want to when I'm making music. I always want to be able to recite my lyrics and not be embarrassed by them 20 years from now. You know, I was like, when I write, I don't want to perform this when I'm 45 years old and be like, oh shit, I don't want to do this shit. This is embarrassing. I got grandkids or what, you know? Like, I didn't want that.
Ate the booty from the back.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want those lyrics. You want to have something that people look back when you're not here and they go, that meant something. He's saying something that applies today, you know? And yeah, that was important. And then just being myself, having my own style, trying not to, I mean, you're influenced by the guys that came before you, obviously, but you know, you try to do it in your way where it's unique and it's not nothing they can't go anywhere else to get this. This only comes from me, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, typical question here though, but like, what were some of your influences?
50 Cent was a big one for me because when I listened to his music, I could go outside and see exactly what he was talking about. So that was it felt like he was from where we were from.
Like the Get Rich or Die Trying album and all
man.
that.
Even before that, like his mixtapes and yeah, man, all those first few albums, The Massacre and all those albums, it felt like he was somebody that lived around the corner and he was just narrating what's going on outside. So he was the biggest influence. I don't think I would be here. He taught me how to songwrite just from listening to him.
Yeah.
You know, like this is how you songwrite and write 5 hooks, and I would listen like that. Like I would listen with an analytical mind. Like, dang, he wrote 3 hooks on PIMP. I don't know what you heard about me. You money you see, come and holler at me. I'm like listening that way, you know, like this how many hooks he wrote. I need to write that many hooks. Where does the bridge go? What is all this stuff? So he's probably, without 50, I don't think I would be here. Without his career, I don't think I would be here because he gave that influence. And then
yeah, he definitely has like, he's on the Mount Rushmore of like all like hooks and like choruses,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
Let alone with the voice that he had and stuff, and
unique.
you know, and even when Pop Smoke was really popping off like that, man, like I remember listening to it and I'm like, oh damn, this is like
Feels
is he
like
related to 50? Like
Yeah,
the
man.
voice, the bass that he
The
had
look.
in his voice, oh dude.
Dark skin, teeth, Bucky and shit.
Yeah, pretty much,
man.
yeah.
So he was a big one. And then Ice Cube, what Ice Cube does, like from film to music, I really like. Ice Cube can do a comedy. He can do a kids movie. He could do a gangster movie. He could do Boys in the Hood, Are We There Yet, and Friday, and still give us the albums that give us Today Was a Good Day. But he doesn't. Today Was a Good Day is not a gangster song. He can give us Straight Outta Compton. Like between him and 50 are real big influences. Jay-Z, Nipsey, just for business, you know, real big on business. My business acumen is real.
Yeah.
You know, so like that, those things, those artists influence me a lot. Busta Rhymes is my favorite performer. Just watching him perform, I think he has the best energy, and his music videos are always crazy. So I just kind of piece a little bit of all those guys into what I do. You know,
I think the cool thing with Busta is that like when early years and stuff, he had that like fire
Dungeon
spitting
Dragon.
type of thing, but then like he can make a song like "Baby, if you gave it
yeah,
to me."
man, that balance.
Oh my god, dude, that was
Balance.
I think that's the reason why that's my favorite song, just because I was like the first like experimental one that's like, okay, I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, man.
With this, or like besides like giving whatever the fans are used to, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to switch it up, and it landed perfectly.
It made you
man.
comfortable as a man listening to that too. It's like I
Hands
I
down.
could be a man and still listen. This is good.
Like you're all like cuddled up with your boo and all that, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden you just like start like doing that finger thing to the chin,
Yeah.
and then you're saying like I know what you want, you know,
you
just like
singing it
small
to her
stuff
and
like
shit.
that. And then like,
Yeah,
but you
man.
feel masculine doing it, you know?
Yeah, you
like,
didn't feel like it was soft.
I'm not gonna feel like masculine singing some Jodeci,
Yeah.
you know, doing the same shit.
Yeah,
like no,
man.
it's not gonna work. My voice don't go that high. I can't run that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit.
Busta Rhymes is dope, man. And then to be just a lyricist and still be able to do that and give us hits, put your hands where my eyes can see, and just give us those anthems, you know. So he was another big one. He's actually the reason I fell in love with hip hop. When I first heard Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See. If you really want to party with me, I was like 4 or 5 years old. My mom bought me the CD for Christmas because I love that song so much. And yeah, man, he's the reason I fell in love with hip hop for sure.
And personally, me, I remember memorizing the verse that he did on Worldwide Choppers with Tech Nine.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, listen to the whole
Blown
song.
away,
I'm like,
man.
dude, like you really gotta like really focus in on what the other's saying.
Yeah.
But with him, like he had like probably the wildest verse on there.
Yeah, man. Busta Rhymes is special, man. Be able to fast rap. All those guys, man. Those guys are like real big influences. And yeah, man. I think you know the people that come before you make you who you are in a lot of ways too, as well as your experiences. So without those guys, I don't think I would be doing music. you
Yeah,
know?
hands down, man. Oh man. So before we get into the new album coming out, you know, I do want to like ask some odd questions. That's like kind of a thing we do here because every show wants to be different.
All right, let's do it.
You know what I mean? But so basically, here's an odd question for you.
Okay.
You had to jump on tour right now, but 3 other artists of any level.
Okay.
All right. You know, or you know what? No, scratch that. One popular level,
Okay.
one on the come up, and then someone that can be put on. Who you doing that tour with you?
3 artists. One super popular, one on the come up. Or just like so we doing like tiers.
Yeah, like just like someone that you know people, the common person will probably know, to people that are on the come up,
Yeah.
and then someone that like you think deserves recognition too. I get technical with my shit.
Now, this is good. You making me think about this shit.
Yeah.
Who would I go on tour with? If I could just choose, I would go popular level. I would go Kendrick Lamar. Because I feel like his fans will relate to what I'm talking about, and he's a California artist. I feel like it would go well together.
Work hand in
That would
hand.
be my top tier artist.
Okay, so we got K Dot on that list.
That mid level that they're still
Like just on the
Successful.
rise, still like you know doing their thing. Like they're getting recognized, but you know they're still have a lot to put in.
still grinding.
You dig what I'm saying?
Who's some newer guys?
Man,
That I really listen to?
man, I think that just goes about like you know like there's like the subgenres of like hip hop right there.
Yeah,
You dig what I'm
man,
saying?
That's a good question. I would go Kendrick first, then that mid tier. Trying to think of what I really play, like somebody I really listen to on my. I guess I'll put Roddy Ricch on the tour. I put Roddy Ricch on that tour.
Yeah, that's a good like West Coast lineup as it is.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like a West Coast lineup.
Yeah.
Now that I say it.
And then for someone that you know like to be like on the same like pretty much same tier as you, or someone that's like
And we
not
both
too
come
far
out
off.
together.
Mm-hmm.
Who would I say?
See,
I'm
now-
gonna take somebody from Marina Valley. with me. I'm gonna take Gutter Mac with me.
Got a Mac.
I'm gonna take Gutter Mac with me.
All right, for sure. You know, because of this, now I'm gonna have to like check out who like Got a Mac
man,
is.
Gutter
and all
Mac
that.
is dope, man. Like, as soon as you hear him, check him out. Like, he has this. I tell him all the time, like, you got this DMX type of unique voice, and dude is talented. He can freestyle his ass off. If you just listen to like really what he's saying, like he's really rapping his ass off, and I think he needs more credit. I think people need to check him out more, and I think if he's given the right opportunities, he'll be a superstar. He's talented that way, man, and he has the image, the voice, everything about him. You guys would appreciate it from a hip hop. He's different, and he's in conversation with him. He told me he's like, man, I love battle rap, and he got a good size following as well, and you can hear the love for battle rap that he has in his lyrics. So I love Gutter Mac, his music. He's dope to me.
Right,
I would take him.
man.
That'd be the lineup. So Kendrick, Roddy Ricch, me, and Gutter Mac would be the ones running around having fun, the immature ones.
No, I feel you on that. Yes. Get on it, Maurice. I do need some connections, man.
Yeah, we're going.
I'm working on it.
There we go.
Yep.
See, there we are, man. But battle rap, man. Like you a fan of battle rap as well?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
damn.
gotta be, man. It's rap. You know, it's rap. I love. Like, I'm inspired by words.
Yeah.
You know, the artists that I'm inspired by are wordsmiths. So, even if they're not perceived as lyrical, like, I'm inspired by the words they say.
Yeah, words, play, schemes. There's like so
Yeah.
much to it, man. So that's why, like, for me personally, fuck with Daylight heavy.
Daylight's my favorite one. Daylight, my favorite battle
I
rapper.
fuck with Rum Nitty heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rum Nitty's dope.
But with that, it goes hand in hand with Geechee Gotti, of course.
Geechee Gotti's dope,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But then you have someone that's like Riggs to like Chef
Yeah,
Trez,
man.
like even like people
Yeah.
on the come up still, man. Yeah,
Still working.
I'm a big battle rap dude. Yeah,
I love battle rap, man. Daylight is definitely my favorite right now. I don't think they're talking about him and Lux, but I Daylight is in a. I don't think Lux want to do it right now. Like, let Daylight cool off.
Well,
he hasn't rapped in 3 years.
Supposedly
man.
though that they're trying to have it set up by December of this year. Whatever platform it's going to be on. Whether
That's not
they,
to sleep on Lux. Lux is dope, but I think Daylight is in a god mode, right? Like, I watched the battle with him and Tay Rock.
oh yeah,
I'm like, Tay Rock is going crazy, but
the
Daylight
most
is just
phenomenal
somewhere
rock
else.
flips that guy had, and he still had more. And it was like,
Man.
oh my god, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Daylight is special. He's somewhere else right now. So I wouldn't want to rap against him right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's crazy.
I met Daylight one time, and like he had like a ski mask, but it was a printout of his own face on the ski mask.
Yeah.
And like he was looking dead at me, and I was
Like,
like,
it's dope, man.
like how do I react to this? You know what I mean?
And
like,
he's a star.
Oh, man.
Like he's figured it out. You know.
Yeah.
And
hands
being a
down.
lyricist, like it's crazy because the content, you have to have content if you're a lyricist. Because people won't hear it.
hell no,
People
they
like the beat is not catching me, or they don't want to hear all those words. They just want there's a lot of that these days. So if you don't have the content or the antics, I didn't want to do antics, so I stuck with content. But Daylight is antics, you know, and it got his words noticed, and it worked.
And the best thing about it though is that like he used all those antics to like his advantage for like future punchlines. Like
Yeah.
he planned way ahead of time.
That's why he scares me when you give that guy too much time off. It's like you giving him time off, 2 years off, and then he's gonna battle. He's thought about something 2 years ago that it's still nobody has said today. I believe that. You know. So yeah, man, but Lux is dope, man. But you're not gonna do the sunning thing. You know how Lux goes in. He's like, I'm a man and you're a boy. You're not gonna do that with Daylight. Like Daylight's gonna talk about the cosmos and come back down to the projects, and then he's gonna rap circles. So yeah, Daylight's dope.
Seriously, man. All right, last odd question before we really get this album talk out. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to take the promo away from any of this, man.
Nah, man.
But last one right here, this is gonna be throw you off right now though. If you had to go kick it with one cartoon character, who you kicking it with?
Cartoon character. I gotta pick somebody. I'm gonna pick an old cartoon, man. We was watching cartoons. That's 20 years ago. We was watching cartoons. I'm 27 now. So
there's like crazy amount, dude. Like there's Dexter.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I was thinking about a genius too. I'm like, do I want Jimmy Neutron or Dexter, or do I go with a female?
Shit, Lola Bunny.
Yeah, or like, Dexter's mom or something. She was thick.
Dude, she had hips, bro.
She was thick. Jimmy Neutron's mom was bad too.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about like hips like that, bro, we had to put like Mrs. Fantastic in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I might.
Oh, no, not Fantastic. Incredible. Miss
Yeah,
Incredible.
Miss Incredible. I know you're talking
gosh.
about.
God
Elastic
damn it.
Girl.
Elastic
Yeah,
Girl.
she was thick. Yeah, man.
God damn.
I'm not gonna kick it with no dudes. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, probably her. Yeah, Elastic Girl. She was bad.
Oh man.
Young Elastic Girl though. So, you know what I mean? Before she had all the kids and all that.
Oh yeah, like that's gonna be all stressed out.
Yeah,
being Elastic Girl.
man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Makes a lot of fucking sense. Yes.
Stretched out regardless.
Yeah, you think that shit hurt when she pushed him out? If you really think about it, it's like, all right, open a little wider.
Just open it up. Real shit, man. Yeah, I'd rather kick it with her or young her.
Yes.
Try to catch her before anything else happened.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had Frankie OG up in here when I asked him that question, and he had probably my favorite answer was Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit. Okay,
And
wow.
I'm like, it makes sense because like he's like the goofy guy that's like the man in the city though. Like everywhere he went, it was always like sectioned off. And he had that baddie with him too.
I was thinking Ed and Eddie, like I could kick with them and make some money. But they don't never really make no money.
They don't
always,
because they either ball out on Jawbreakers or they end up losing the whole shit.
yeah,
You know what
they
I mean?
always fuck it off.
Yeah. So that's why like you kind of I get what you're
Find
saying.
a woman to kick it with. You know, and enjoy yourself, man.
Man. So what was it? Dexter's mom, or were we talking about
Elastigirl, Miss Incredible,
Elastigirl.
Mrs. Incredible, young one in the blue suit. I'll kick with her.
There we go. There we go. Shit, man. So, you know, with any I know we had this project coming out, man. You know, like you want to do that little rollout before it comes out on the 4th?
Yeah, man. The project's called Still Legend.
Still Legend.
This is my sixth project, seventh. It's my 6th or 7th project, man. I'm losing count, but this is the longest I've gone without putting out an album or a mixtape, I guess you could call it, whatever we call it these days. Last year I put out 2 or 3, man. The year before that we put out 2. So it's like this is the longest I've gone, and I only went that long because I was like, I'm building the brand up. You know, at the beginning of the year we had 10,000 followers on Instagram. Now it's at like 27 or something like that. So just that 7-month period of not putting music out, I've just been working on, you know, gaining my following and getting it bigger, and just entertaining my audience, growing my core. I didn't have, like I said earlier in the interview, I didn't even have a TikTok last December. In January, from January to now, which is almost August, we had like 125,000 followers over there. So I was really focused. Like this year, I said, I'm going to stop everything, focus on the content, and really build my following and my audience. And it's worked, man. Yeah. So now it's like, okay, let's put this album out, you know. And in the beginning of the year, the first single off of it, we dropped Blockout. It did really well. So that really even made me more reserved. Like that song's doing so well. Let me slow down and put this album together right. So yeah, man, August 4th, Still Legend. It'll be out on all platforms. You know, I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, how many tracks have we got on there?
It's 10 tracks, but I recorded, man, I probably recorded 70 tracks and just picked my favorite 10, you know, and the ones that sound cohesive. And so, yeah, man, I recorded all year. I record nonstop and I record real fast. So, yeah, I had about 70 tracks to pick from, and I picked my favorite 10, put them on the project, and that was the hardest part of it. Probably just, oh, that's not going to go. This is not going to go.
Was that just all solo with you, or you have some features on there?
No features. No features on there. No features. No features on it. And I got beats from Sean Teague, which is a producer that when he was early starting, I was like, man, he'll tell you like, you the first person to believe in my beats, man. So it's exciting to get him on the project. I got 2 beats with him. Augusto Delgado.
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, he gave me 2 beats for this project.
Okay.
Who else worked on it? A producer out of Dallas, Lone Star Music. A producer from overseas, Palais. He did Blockout. And I'm missing somebody out. Shit. Track Pros. They did 2 beats on the project too. So yeah, man, it's really good, man. I'm enjoying it, and I've been playing it like it just came out all month.
Like car rides.
Yeah,
you always did the car ride test and everything.
Always, man. Just I'm like a real perfectionist. Like I'll take something out 2 days before it's supposed to come out, and be like, nah, we're not putting that out. Yeah. So yeah, man, and the energy is right on it. Talking about the album is just a lot of aspirational talk. You know, where we want to go, kind of speaking life, more life, instead of what we come from, where we want to go, and what we want to be.
Yeah, no, that's actually really dope, man. You show it to your grandma yet?
No, my grandma actually passed last year, and then my other grandmother, she lives in Texas.
I'm just saying the wrong things. It's like all.
Nah, it's cool, man. It's cool. Life
Condolences, though, bro, man. Condolences, man.
Appreciate it. She had cancer, so she battled for a while. So it's almost a blessing. Like you love somebody that enough, you'll understand what I'm saying. Like you kind of want them to transition because you don't want to see them suffering that much anymore.
Oh yeah, hands down, man.
So yeah, but she passed last year, but she did get to see me go on tour last year before the pandemic and all that when she.
So okay, that's it.
Yeah, I felt like that was enough. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But yeah, my family doesn't really listen to my music like that. They like they
kinda
don't
like
want to
it, like-
believe that I am who I am.
Well, but that's the reality though. Like you
Yeah.
grow up and stuff. Like me, I'm a weird, goofy ass dude. Anybody that knows me personally, they just know like, oh, he's an odd guy, but he's cool. But like
It's the perfect name for the
Yeah.
podcast, huh?
You know, I don't like asking the common questions so often. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But you know, when they see me doing this thing, they're like,
It's weird for them.
like how's that little podcast thing you're doing?
It's little.
Like how's that little thing you got going on? But then when like for me, it's something new for me when people I don't know. It's like,
That's when it's
oh, you
special.
interviewed such and such. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's when
It's
it
like,
gets
my
dope, huh?
word. Mhm.
Yeah, man. Your family, they don't see you that way. I'm learning that. Like my family, and it's a blessing in it. You know, the people that have been with you, they're always gonna keep you grounded. So it's like I go talk to my God, my family, and Mo, and you know, like different people. Like I need to be grounded, man. I need to feel human today. I don't want to feel like I have to entertain people. you know?
Exactly.
So that's like the best part of it. It's a blessing because sometimes they act like you're not, like, oh, you ain't shit. But they know you're doing well. They proud of you. But
Yeah. hands
yeah,
down.
man, it's a blessing.
Yeah, man. Just always have humility, man, in everything you do.
Yeah, man.
That's it, man. Anything you would like to announce before we head out?
Nah, man, just the album Still Legend. That's the focus right now. Still Legend, August 4th. And yeah, man, we're about to drop the first video. The video is dope. I'm excited about it. It's called Not For This. That's my favorite song on the project. So we're doing that. Getting ready to, we're putting shows together. We're doing everything we can to put shows together for the remainder of the year. I'm probably going to come back at the top of next year and drop some more. I've been, holding music back so much. I just want to drop everything now. So after this, we'll promo for the rest of the year, do the album run and all that. But next year, we're going to come back with more music. Obviously, the skits are going to be nonstop. I'm always going to put out skits.
Yeah, hands down.
It's exciting. That stuff is fun for me and it's easy. So yeah, I do that, and then yeah, man, we're just gonna keep working. There's not much to announce but the album right now.
Man, hands down, bro. Well, just like an intro, I do not have an outro. But I do go by Tony Awdball, and here with a very special guest.
Appreciate you, Urban Legend Will Evans, man. I hope I made a moment for you, bro.
Ah, dude, this is gonna be a nice one right here.
Appreciate
hands
it.
down. You're watching An Awd Conversation. Man, my mouth is dry. But
Yeah, man.
we'll see y'all next time, right?
See y'all next time. We out.
Peace
Urban
and love.
Legend.